Hello, everyone. I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Elden Ring. Um, Last we left off, we basically cleared out almost all of the deep root depths. Deep root depths. hmm All we have left to do is just climb up the roots here towards the main area, boss arena. But yeah, let's see, we took on Crucible Knight Siluria, just beyond those buildings over there. Made a wandering mausoleum sit down, picked up a whole bunch of upgrade materials, fought a bear, and I think that was it mainly. Yeah, I think that was it. The most important part was collecting all the upgrade materials because we got several somber stone sevens, glovewort sixes, and I think some sevens as well. Oh, yeah, there's a seven here. Yep, a bunch of smithing stone sixes as well. But yep. Um, Between episodes, all I really did was upgrade the Halo Scythe here to +7 with one of the Smithing Stone 7s. I upgraded the Serpent Bow to +6. I had a bunch of plus Somber 6s just lying around, so I was like, might as well. Finger Slayer Seal to +16. I need another. I need one more Smithing Stone 6 to upgrade to +17. And I believe there's another one left up in those roots somewhere. So if we do find it, I'll go upgrade it again. Um, and I think that's it. Contemplated upgrading Mimic Tier, but I don't plan on using it till much later, or when I actually need it, or when it becomes not necessary, but I don't know what the right word is. Use whatever you think. But yeah. So other than that, that's all I did between episodes. So everything's pretty much the same. I also went back to the clean rot armor just because I like it better than the Crucible Knight. Just personal preference. But yep, and today, go up those routes and do the area boss fight. Well, fights, plural. There's actually two different boss fights up there. I hope to get them both done today. And there's another rune bear up there with a talisman that we want to get. So that's the plan for today. And depending on the time, we'll probably make a trek through Mount Gelmir, or part of the way up. We'll see. It depends on how much time we have. Yeah, it depends on if the boss... The boss fights up there is Fia's Champs and Lich Dragon Fortisax. Fortisax I'm pretty confident in. We'll just pest thread him to death. Fia's Champs, not so much. It's an NPC fight. I should be okay, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. And so let's get to it. Yeah, first order of business is to get up there, past these broken gargoyles. I mean, once we get to where that one is, we should be able just to bow and arrow those two and hopefully be free, or at least make it less bothersome. I mean, these broken gargoyles do give like 4,000 runes, I think. Yeah, 4,200. And there's like another 4 of them up there at least. Right. We'll grab this item and run past him. Or just a rune 1. Alright. Just sprint. Just sprint. Okay, we should be good. Should be safe here. So just dispatch Mr. Gargoyle and get our other 4,000 runes. Alright, so now we're just gonna bow and arrow these other two to death. Might as well, it's the easiest, it's the safest, so we're just gonna... Actually, I should be doing Mighty Shot. Yeah, we'll be here for a little bit, so I'll either speed it up or just cut to the end. Okay. Get our things back. Alright. With those two out of the way, we should mostly be scot-free. Or cleared. There is one more gargoyle, but he's a little out of the way. Well, I mean, we'll run into him, but he's not going to be much of a problem. And there's the smithing stone 6. Alright. So once I get to the top, we'll make a quick trip back to Round Table Hold and upgrade our seal one more time. Over here? Prince of Death Staff. Scales with... Ooh, camera. Prince of Death Staff scales with intelligence and faith. So at 80, in fact, at 80 intelligence and 80 faith, it'll be the highest scaling sorcery staff in the game. It'll be Lusat's staff by like 20 points at least, I think. I think Lusat's gets up to like 415, while Princess Death goes up to like 430. It gets pretty high. Right. Basilisks, we don't care. The last gargoyle should be right over here. Right there. But bam, now we're behind him. Alright. All the gargoyles are cleared out, so now we're safe. I think there's an item down there. Or maybe not. Okay, never mind. But that's where we want to go. Let's just go back out. And the rune bear is over there. I actually want to come over here. Yeah, there's the grace. We'll hit the grace and we'll go after the rune bear. Then we'll do the boss fight. Grace. And there's no item over there, so it's not worth it. Okay. Ooh. Just checking for items. I don't see any. Alright. Summoning pool. Oh, there's one up there. There was another one. Alright. Oops. Oh, you can't use torrent up here. Interesting. Okay. Pretty specific cutoff point. Where was that item? Up there. Which means we need to go here. this. Let's ruin 8. Nice. And then try to land this. Good. Okay. Let's get sleep pots back on. Now, there is a big hole in the ground. This is where we need to drop down. There's a rune bear down there, but I want to clear out this, check this area first. I don't expect there to be anything here, but I'm just gonna check anyway. And we got ants. Oh, you're a big head. Ah. Yep. Out of FP. Don't care, it goes through his head, so I don't care. Thank you. I don't care, it goes through his head, so it go through his head and hit his body, so I don't care. That's why Pest Threads destroys large enemies like dragons and whatnot. Just because it'll hit. How do I explain it? Ooh, Glove 47. Gives us another one. Yeah, but with Pest Threads, each. How do I I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it without getting too technical, but. For each body part it'll pass through, it'll count as a hit. So if it goes through a wing, it hits. If it goes through the body again, if it hits a wing, it counts as a hit. If it goes through the wing, it hits the body, it'll count as another hit. And that'll apply to each thread. So each thread could potentially hit more than one time. And it's most likely to happen on large enemies like dragons. Which is why we'll be using it mainly for dragon fights and the final boss. It might work on Fire Giant, but I don't think so. I don't think it'll work on Fire Giant. Ooh, another Smithing Stone 7, or Somber 7. Alright, so this is the bear we want. Yeah, let's stick with this. Too soon. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Got it off anyway. We're good. Oh. That works. This bear is special because he drops Prince of Death's Cyst, which is just an upgraded version of the other, of the Pustule, I believe. Yeah. The cyst came from the corrupted visage of one unable to die a true death. Indeed, it comes from the Prince of Death, scion of the golden bow and first of the dead among the demigods. Alright. We probably won't be using them. Alright. Let's actually spit this out. Back down here. So you could have gone this bear earlier, but I always recommend dropping down on it. You can get a free couple hits on it that way. Alright. With that done, let's head back to Round Table Hold, do some upgrades. Maybe see if anybody has anything to say, but I doubt anybody has anything to say. I don't think you have anything new. Yep. Okay. Let's go upgrade our seal.
Well, I took you no man to lay out your own.
Seal. Plus 17. I don't. I'm gonna hold my somber 8s and 9s. I mean, it'll make. I don't know.
In this ash.
Okay, nothing from you. I mean, I'm tempted to use them on the Halo Scythe just because I love the Halo Scythe and it's a pretty strong weapon until the end game, or even in the end game, it's still a pretty strong weapon. But I'm probably going to use it on, dare I say, the Blasphemous Blade. Yes, I will be using the Blasphemous Blade. I do love it. I don't care if people call it overpowered, whatnot. I don't care. I actually don't really use this Astral War that much anyway, so I mainly use it for the health on kill effect more than anything.
Journey to the two things you may be.
Alright, nothing new from you. So, but yes, in our build, it offer. Oh, I got a few bell bearings to offer. Ghost Form Pickers, Celovis, and Padilla. Cool. But yeah. At least in my stat spread I'm planning, Blasphemous Blade will be pretty strong. But we'll be using it as any other greatsword. And Padilla. Cool. So we have ghosts 1 through 3. Nice, nice. Alright. So yeah, I will be using Blasphemous Blade. It's my playthrough and I can do what I want. So let's level up. Let's put another point into Vigor. Keep pushing Vigor till we get to 50. Well, that's not a good thing to look at. Definitely want at least 50 Vigor. Mine, I mean, 30 Endurance for sure, 50 Vigor, and then once I get mine to like 25 or so, we'll go back to Dexterity and Faith. And maybe a few points into Strength. Because I think I need 24 Strength to wield the Blasphemous Blade one-handed. I think so. But, alright, back in the Deep Root Depths. I think I want Dexterity. This should be okay. Don't need our sleep pots anymore. Hmm. Just get some fire pots just cause. Nope. We'll get lightning. Okay. Can't use torrent up here. I'll put. I don't know. We'll just put some daggers there. I don't know. It's an NPC. Through here is the boss fight. It's Fia's champs. They're NPC fights, so they will dodge stuff I throw at them. I don't know what to put here. Let's put lightning pots just cause there's water. There's water in the arena, so it should do like a splash. Not gonna need that. It's 13 points. It's a lot, but yeah, we'll stick with dexterity. Okay. I think we're good. Alright. And this is Godwin the Golden. Or what's become of him, anyway. It's become the Prince of Death. Like a semi-fish looking thing. Yeah. Alright. Boss fight won't start till we get closer. You can see all the flies hovering around death. Alright, should be getting close. Physic. Should spawn here shortly. There it goes. Okay. Fia's champ is an NPC fight. In fact, because I'm playing offline, some of these NPCs are stock NPCs. Or, get dunked on, Roger. I don't care. We traded. Do you guys can parry him? Well, that attack can be parried. Haha. Oh, it didn't kill him. Well, that did. Fia's champs. The Fia missed. Not the best fight, but we got it done. Touch grace. Rest. Alright. As I was saying about Fia's champs, as I'm inventory management here, they're an NPC fight, but how do I explain it? What's the best way to explain it? The opponents that are titled Fia's champions, those, if you're playing online, those will be different each time you fight, because those will be pulling from a list of player characters that I believe embraced Fia here in the Deep Root Depths. So if you're playing online, those how do I'm not explaining it very well, am I? Probably not. But because I'm playing offline, there are set NPCs that's used for this fight. First one being Twin Blade with the Iron Shield. The other two being a Sorcerer with Godskin's Apostle robe, and the other one with the Pumpkin Head and the Colossal Axes. Those are stock NPCs for the fight. If you're playing online, those three individuals will be different. Their weapons will be different, their spells will be different, everything about them will be different. Because it'll pull from a list of player character or player builds that have embraced Fia right over there. So, I hope that was better. Probably not, but I'm going with it anyway. Alright, Fia. Don't criticize me for my explanations. I'm not very good at them.
Ah, there you are. I knew you would come. What is it you intend? To deny us and our ways, like the dogmatic brutes of the Golden Order?
No, I want to be held.
You are an odd one. I am the guardian of those who live in death. They call me a foul and rotten witch. Yet you still wish to be held by me?
We get Baldekin's blessing. Talk a secret.
Have you ever seen a Hallowbrand? When the first of the demigods died, his flesh was marked with the half-wheel wound of the centipede. Godwyn's Hallowbrand has since been recovered at the Round Table Hold. But there is another Hallowbrand out there somewhere, and I must find it before the time comes we receive our Lord.
So the brand on Godwin's body was recovered and held at the Round Table. The other half was on Ronnie's body, which we now have. So I guess Fia went to the Round Table just to get the Godwin's half. Huh. I guess Dee tried to stop her, but failed. Yada yada yada. And then the rest is history. Huh. Interesting.
When Godwyn died, a Hallowbrand scored his flesh, but another exists. Another mark in the shape of the half-wheel wound of the centipede, and I must find it before the time comes we receive our Lord. My hands will be dirtied once more by the deed. Will you still let me hold you, even then?
Alright. And we got the curse mark from Ronnie's body, and we're gonna give it to her.
This is the other Hallowbrand. How did you... Oh, my utmost thanks. With this, Godwyn can take his rightful place as first of the dead, and claim a second, illustrious life. You are our true champion. And though I can't be of any use to you, can I hold you tight? If only for a moment.
We get a Radiant Baldekin's blessing. You can only get one per playthrough, so it's very strong, but you only get one, so use it wisely. Talk in secret.
I will soon lay with Godwyn. and it will surely stir within me the new life of the Golden Prince and first dead of the demigods, as the rune of those who live in death. Please, do one thing for me. Brandish this child, my rune, and take for yourself the throne. Stay the persecution of those who live in death by becoming our Elden Lord.
Okay. So, well, wait. If I interpret that right, the hollow brand that was on Godwin's body that the round table recovered, she took, and it's in her? She, like, consumed it or something? And since we gave her the other half, Godwin's body here will react to it, basically giving it life. Okay, that's kind of weird, but okay. Let's not think about it too much. Let's not.
I will soon lay with Godwin to conceive my child, the rune. Brandish my rune, and take for yourself the throne. Stay the persecution of those who live in death by becoming our Elden Lord.
Yeah, okay. So the rune of death is, or the mending rune of death that we'll get from her is her child. Okay, let's not think about it. Again, let's not think about it. Let's just go on.
I will soon to conceive
All right.
Brandish my stay the by becoming.
That's all she has to say. Okay, a lot of information there I don't particularly care to hear or understand at that point. Rest up. Said deathbed companion will only produce a blessing of this kind for a champion but once in her entire life. Yeah. The soul blessing which she imbues of her own volition. This one we can put in storage. This one we can't. It'll be the last one we get for the playthrough. We actually might use this for the boss fight, for the next boss fight. We'll put it here. Actually, no, we'll put it here. I'm not going to summon for the next boss. Won't be needing it. What I will put is Adult Flesh. Alright. This is gonna look goofy. It's gonna go through her head. A little bit.
This is goodbye, my dear, but I am satisfied. I choose to lie with Godwin of my own will, not the remains of one chosen for me, and I will bear a child who will inherit your warmth too. What greater blessing could there be but to be born a deathbed companion?
I think that's all she has to say.
This is goodbye, my dear, but I am satisfied. I choose to lie with Godwin, and I will who will inherit what great.
Same. Okay. Okay, that's just goofy. Didn't think that through. Alright. Rest again, and she should be okay. So now we can access the next boss fight. To be honest, we're not going to be using a weapon. We're just going to be chucking pest threads at them. Actually, no, I want lightning defense. Yeah. Ideally, I want lightning and physical defense, but I want to boost my incantation scaling as high as I can. Dexterity off because we're not going to be using a weapon. Right. I think we're good. Well, actually, I'm sorry. That's all we're going to need. Golden bow and pest threads. So just put on a katana just because. Alright. Touch Fia. Yep. Next boss fight's in Fia's head. Or Godwin's head, actually, but we're gonna drink our physic, golden vow, and exalted flesh, and pray we get in one go. Alright, let's go, Fia. Enter deathbed dream? Yes. Alright. Gotta be quick. I mean, well, we have some time. Alright. Where's Deathlight coming from? Forgot about that. To his tail. Ah. Force axe always gives me trouble. Works. Just do that. Just do that. Remembrance of the Lich Dragon. Lich Dragon Fortisax. Pest threads. I love you. Alright. Receive Mending Rune. Which apparently is Fia's child. Don't ask, don't ask. Mending Rune of the Prince of Death, of the Death Prince. Okay. Rest. Level up. And we're just gonna find. Actually, we'll hold off on this because we're gonna get a new incantation here shortly.
Ha! Prince of Death.
Take a good long look. See the wrath of the Golden Order, the Order's justice writ in blood. This is what's become of your precious witch. Naught but expired meat and bone. This is a proper death, O Prince. Look at this rotten whore. No more children can be got from this useless flesh. Behold, your mother is dead. This is revenge, you witch. And you ghoul. This is the wrath of D. Hello. The rotten witch is dead. The Golden Order unsullied. Now I can look my brother Darian in the eye. Honeyed rays of gold, deliver my spirit. Darian, now I have no regrets. Honeyed rays of gold, deliver my spirit. Darian, honeyed rays.
You know what? I'm gonna leave you here, but I have a feeling you're not gonna have a happy ending. Separable sword and twin armor. I think Fia saw this coming. I think she foresaw her own death. Hence why she asked us to take care of the rune. But yeah. Whew. Now we're officially finished with the Deep Root Depths. This teleporter will take us into the capital. This is the other way into the capital through usually the main way most people go is through the outskirts, fight the Draconic Tree Sentinel, and then go in that way. This is the other way in. You don't have to beat Fortis Axe to do it. It was active once we beat Fia's champs. So but we're not going to take the teleporter. We're going to go in the, quote, normal way. But, yep. Godwin the Golden. Alright. We'll head to Round Table and collect our incantation. Actually, let's see. Fia's Mist. Sorcery was developed to oppose the Round Table hold, and it's effective only against the Tarnished. Charging enhances range of the mist. I think you can use this on the Dung Eater. He will invade you one time, and I think he can be Death Blighted. I think he can. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you can. Fortis Axe. After Godwin the Golden became the Prince of Death, ancient dragon fought long and hard against the death within its companion. Alas, victory was never achieved, and its only reward was corruption. Yep. And the Mending Rune of Death. Used rune gestated by Fia, the deathbed companion. Ugh. Formed of the two holobrand half-wheels combined, it will embed the principles of life into death, life within death into order. Golden Order was created by confining death in death. Thus, this new order will be one of death restored. created by confinement. Okay. So basically this undoes what America did to the Elden Ring. America took out destined death from it. But this will basically put it back in. Or something like it. Yep. Being exiled from home. It's thin enough that those embraced can feel every pulse, even every bit of her warmth. Kinky. Yep, and separable sword. Twins found solace in the Golden Order, the only institution not to revile them as accursed beings. Okay. No new equipment, but from Fortisax's Remembrance, we're going to grab Fortisax's Lightning Spear. Yeah. Staff from above with 2 red lightning spears in tandem. In fact, each spear would burst into trails of lightning covering an area. During the War of the Ancient Dragons, these twin red lightning stakes were the hallmark of one ancient dragon who was called the mightiest Boulderstone. Requires 46 faith. And I don't know, I think I might grab the Ancestral Horn. Stores FP upon defeating enemies, but I don't know. I'll think about it. Alright. Going to put on... Actually put the Radagon's icon. Yeah, the only way we can use Fortisax's spear right now is with Godric's rune and the 2 fingers heirloom. Do I keep Dragon's Maw? Grail's Roar. It might be useful. Nah. Dragon Maw. Alright. Put that there. We'll put, I don't know. Put that there. Why not? Let's get Kristoff back? Sure. Bottom. Some daggers just in case. No, actually no. Keep the turtleneck. Having recovery speed is actually pretty useful. And to be honest, I'll just use this. I know it's a waste, but we'll get some health back. Ooh, almost 100 points of health. That's a lot. Okay. And we'll actually, to be honest, I think I'll call it an episode right here. I'd rather not go into Mount Gelmir just yet. Try to keep as much of that as in one episode as I can. But this is a good place to stop. Yep. Finished up the Deeproot Depths. Yep. Fia's champs, a lot of talking with Fia, and Lich Dragon Fortisax. Oh yeah. We've got Fortisax's Lightning Spear, probably one of our strongest incantations we're gonna have for the rest of the playthrough. It's just very good, especially if you can get up behind someone, hit him with both the spears. Oh, unbuffed with no buffs we're probably at our current incantation level. We're probably looking at about 2,000 points of damage if we can get him. If we can hit him with spears, looking at about 2,000 points of damage. Oh man. But let's see. Deep Root Depths. Yep. And the next stop is Mount Gelmir. Do Mount Gelmir, then we'll go to Volcano Manor. We probably won't. Trying to think. We'll start Volcano Manor. We'll start Volcano Manor, but then we'll go into outskirts and then the capital. And the reason for that is because one of the missions that the Volcano Manor gives you requires us to go into the capital to do. Actually, there's another one that's past the capitals. Damn. Oh man, I forgot about that. Oh. I'm trying to think of how far into the mountaintops it is. Trying to think. Actually, it's not that far in. Never mind. But it requires us to finish the capital. Oh, I don't want to do it. Oh. Yeah, because there's one the last. Well, that means we can't beat Rykard until we finish up all of the missions for the Volcano Manor, which means we can't. Pooey. Okay, that kind of threw a wrench in my plans, but I will do Volcano Man. I will do Mount Gelmir. I will do Volcano Manor. I will explore it as well as do the missions. I won't fight Rykard, not until I finish all of the little quests they give out, which will then require us to go through the capital outskirts, the capital, and then part of the mountaintops of the giants. Because the last quest is up in the mountaintops, and I want to do that before taking on Rykard. Because I want to make sure I get everything. But I forgot one of them takes us to the mountaintops. Pooh. But that's for another episode, and I thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time.